All right, in the previous lesson, we created a few series objects from Python lists, and we saw that pandas generated a numeric index starting from 0 for each one, and that's the default pandas behavior whenever the user doesn't explicitly specify an index. But the index does not have to be numeric. It can be any data type. And just to demonstrate this in action, I'm going to create one series object from a Python dictionary. Let's begin by creating the dictionary. I'm going to call it Webster. And I'm just going to make the key value pairs combinations of words and definitions, just like a real-life dictionary. Totally random and arbitrary. But let's do an aardvark is an animal, and a banana is a delicious fruit, and also a pretty healthy fruit. Cyan is a color. So I just have three key value pairs, and as a reminder, all the key value pairs in a dictionary are separated by a comma, and in addition you have to place a colon between each key and each value. So here we have a Python dictionary and where the keys and the values are both strings. So I'm once again going to do pd, which is our library, .series, to call our series constructor method. At the end we have to place our parentheses to call that method. And finally we're going to enter our object. This time, again, it's a dictionary. It's not a list. So what happens when we execute this cell? We're going to see a series. It's going to look a little bit different from the ones in the last lesson, but it's still a series. On the right side, we have the values from our dictionary represented as the values within our pandas series. And to the left, you'll see that pandas has taken the keys from our dictionary and turned them into the index labels within our series. On the bottom, we have our data type, which is listed as object. Again, this is referring to the values of the series. So although we have both a string index and a string values, this is referring to the values. So as we can see here, our series object this time does not have a numeric index. So that's one of the advantages that a series has over a Python list. It allows you to have identifiers or index labels that are not numeric. One of the advantages that a series has over a dictionary is that the index labels in a series actually do not have to be unique. In this example they are, but as we'll see in a few lessons, you can add multiple identical index labels throughout the series. So the key takeaway here is that, again, a series is kind of like a mishmash of a Python list and a Python dictionary. It combines the best features of both of them and adds a whole slew of available functionalities on top. So that's just creating a series object from a dictionary. We've practiced this syntax a couple times now, and in the next lesson we'll start diving into some of the attributes that are available on a series object.